So I just finished making a thank you video, and this is going to be an apology video because I want to say some things to some people that may be watching, some special people, some people that are close to me or whatever. And I want to apologize to them, and not just them, but anybody else that I've interacted with on this channel or in life. And they run across this video and they know me, they know who I am, whether it's from the channel or in real life. I want to apologize for my mistakes because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm perfect or I never make mistakes, right? I'm not some kind of heavenly angel that never messes up or anything like that. I make mistakes just like everybody else does, right? But here's the catch with that, right? And this is why I'm making this video, because I want people to understand me. You have to do something to me first for me to do something to you, right? And the point of this video is, as the title states, forgive me as I've forgiven you, right? And why do I say that? Because I don't do things to people unless they do something to me first. And there are some people that innocently or inadvertently say things to me and they don't mean to cause harm, but they do. And they're unaware of what they're doing or saying, right? And they may have good intentions, but what's that saying? They say hell was paved, the road to hell was paved with good intentions, something like that. And what that means is, you may have a good intention of doing something, or saying something, but you didn't think through the result of your words and what would happen, especially when interacting with me, right? Because I'm very, I guess, sensitive to everything everyone says, and I truly understand what their intent is, even if they don't understand it themselves. And I try to explain that, I try to explain it to them and say, hey, look, this is where you're messing up. This is why you're wrong. And the problem with humans is that they have egos, right? And, I have an ego too, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I will admit it. And that's why I'm making this video, right? I'm apologizing for my mistakes. I've messed up. I've hurt people, but people have hurt me as well. So, again, I don't try to hurt anybody. You have to do something to me for me to do something to you. That's the way it works with me, right? I don't go after people. I don't try to intentionally do anything malicious to anybody. But once you cross that boundary, and this is why people think, the people that may be watching or that I have hurt, they think that only I'm wrong all the time. They never think they're wrong, right? They're like, oh, it's always you. It's always you. The reason why they think that is because I'm so over the top when I get upset. And I go so hard and so far with the things I say, and I'm really bad. I mean bad. When I say I'm bad, I'm bad. Like evil kind of bad. And I say some really evil things. And I do some really, well, not evil to the point of illegal, but I say bad things to people. That's about as bad as I get, right? And it's so bad that they can't handle my words. So they hold it against me for eternity. But the problem is, you crossed me and you put me in this position where I had to defend myself. And you get what you get. So I'm apologizing for my mistakes and for retaliating that way because I feel I've gone overboard with a lot of people. And I feel bad about that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be upset with anybody, fight with anybody, hurt anybody. That's not my goal or intention in life. It never is. Especially with people that are close to me or that I care about. I don't want to do that. But they tend to slip into this comfort zone of, I can say and do whatever I want to this guy because he cares about me and he's good to me. So I'm just going to say whatever I can. And that's the problem, right? That's my weakness, is I get too soft. When I'm nice to people, I'm really nice to people. And because of that softness, it always bites me in the ass every time. I don't know what it is about humans. They can't help themselves. When they see someone as being too nice, they attack. They it's like they found a weakness or something, right? So again, I'm trying to explain in this video why I'm apologizing, what happens, why do people hurt me, and why do I hurt them, right? So people understand. Anybody that's watching, because there are a lot of people that I've talked to on this channel that watch me, that know me. If you've interacted with me in my personal life and I've hurt you, understand. You've hurt me too. You've hurt me initially. So that's why things happen that way. And if you didn't hurt me initially, or you think you didn't hurt me initially, maybe you should rethink what you said and did that caused me to do something to you, right? And I'm not justifying my actions in any way, saying that I'm right about everything or I should have retaliated in a negative way. That's just the way that I am. That's the way that I'm built. I can't change that per se. I can maybe do better, but I can't fully take away that retaliation mechanic that I have, or mechanism, whatever you want to call it, because that's the way that I defend myself, right? If somebody says or does something to me that I don't like, I feel compelled to retaliate in some way, shape, or form, right? And again, if you had good intentions or pure intentions, or you thought you did, and you said something to me and I retaliated in a negative way, you most likely were wrong. You most likely said something to me that you should not have said, and you didn't think about it. You just said it. And that's the problem, right? You got to know your audience, or you got to know who you're talking to. I'm very good at knowing who I'm talking to. I know people's intentions. I know what people are trying to say to me. I understand. I've dealt with enough people, and it's not even that. I've always been this way since I was a child. I have a sixth sense of knowing how people are, what they're trying to say, what they're trying to do, what caused them to say these things. And when I see that you're coming from a place of ignorance or not understanding how your words are going to affect other people, and you just blurt things out, then I'm going to put you in your place and make you understand that you're wrong. And if you don't want to listen to that, and if you don't want to understand where you messed up, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't do anything. I can't work with you. We can't interact. That's the unfortunate part. And then what that does in my personal life is it causes people that I care about to drift away from me, to go away from me, because they're like, this guy's like a wall. Like, I can't change. I want him to listen to me and believe what I'm saying, even though I'm wrong, and he won't do it. He won't change. He won't listen. And again, this video is for anybody that I've interacted with over the last few years, or anybody in my personal life, or basically anybody that I've had any interactions with, whether it's on YouTube, personal life, whatever. You guys need to understand, all right? The way that I work is you can't just say anything you want to me and expect no reaction or retaliation. That goes for YouTube comments. That goes for anything. I'm going to say, and you better be right about what you're saying. Because if you're saying it to me, I'm going to tell you where you're fucking up. And if you're right, you're right. I'll just say, yep, you're right. Good point, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you your credit and move on to the next thing, right? But if you're wrong, I'm going to correct you. You may not like the way I say it. You may not like the correction, but you need to deal with it. If you come back at me again and try to retaliate in your own little way because you're ignorant and you don't understand what I'm saying, then you're going to pay the price, because I've already explained to you where you messed up. So now I just see you're just trying to get back at me some way, right? And that's for YouTube or whatever, right? But in my personal life, if you've hurt me first and you didn't understand what you did, it's like, how do I explain this? It's like if you do something by accident, but it's a bad thing, right? You still did the thing. Even if you didn't know that you did it, you should. And then the worst thing is if the person explains to you and says, hey, this is what you said or did wrong. Can you please correct this? Can you not do this? And you still do the thing? Especially someone like me. You do the thing to me that I just told you not to do. You're doing it again and again and again. And I keep giving you chances and you still do it. Then you're going to get a negative reaction from me. You have to be willing to accept that and woman up, man up, and say, yeah, I see what I did. I'm not listening to this guy. I'm being fucked up. And you need to learn from your mistake so that we can progress and move forward, right? But if you don't want to do that, and I'm the only person willing to correct my mistakes and make things better and improve the situation, we're never going to get anywhere, because I'm always going to feel like the person that is doing all the work for the whatever relationship it is, whether it's friends, relatives, whatever, other significant other, whatever relationship I'm talking about. If I'm always the one trying to make things work and you're never the one trying to make it work and you're always the one causing the issues, it's going to lead to rifts and problems and fights and things like that. And then it doesn't work. It just doesn't work because I'm not going to lay down for anybody. I don't care how much I care about you or love you or whatever we've talked about. I'm not laying down for anybody in this entire universe. So if you cross me, I don't care who you are. You could be my closest friend, worst enemy, brother, sister. I don't care who you are. If you cross me, you will get some retaliation. And you have to be willing to put up with it. And if you can't, then you can't interact with me. That's the unfortunate part of it. But I'm a real person and I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to hold back. So you have to think about what you're saying and doing. And yeah, it causes me to be in solitude, right? Away from people, antisocial, whatever you want to call it. Because I see that most humans, 99.9, as a matter of fact, you know what? It's not even 99.9 anymore. It's 100% of humans in this world that I've ever known cannot deal with me. They cannot handle what I have to say. They cannot handle the truth. Even people that I've talked to that are on YouTube or whatever, doesn't matter. It seems like everyone is the same. I don't want to put everybody in the same bubble or category, but unfortunately, there are people that just want to hear what they want to hear to make themselves feel good. But they don't really care about what the truth is. They don't want to hear if I get negative or if I point things out that they're saying wrong or their errors or anything like that. They just want to always feel good when they talk to me. Never anything negative. And if you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong, you got to be willing to put up with that and deal with that. You may not like the way I say it either. You may not like my method, my methods or the way I say things, but it's to teach you a lesson so that you understand not to think this way or do this thing again. And, humans, again, I'm going to say this again. I said this in the last video, and I think I've even said it in this video. They have this ego, and they don't want to be wrong. They never want to be wrong. They always want to be right. They just want you to make them feel good all the time. And no matter what you say or do, that's all they care about. If it's not in line with that, in terms of making them feel good, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to deal with you. That's pretty much everybody, right? I'm not like that. I'm willing to put up with things that I don't like or that I shouldn't tolerate if I care about somebody and love somebody, right? But people aren't willing to do that for me. So why should I keep doing that then, right? Why should I put myself out for others when they don't want to do that for me? It's the reality of the situation. But anyways, I think I said enough. I think you guys get the point. So again, I'm going to apologize for my mistakes, for going over the top, and for the wrong things I've said and done to people. And I still love you guys and I still care about you guys. But you can't, and I love everybody watching me too, you can't attack me or be wrong and then not expect anything back. You can't do that. And sometimes there are people that are passive aggressive or they think they're not doing anything, but their inactions are actually actions and they're negative actions. So they think they're innocent because, I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. But maybe the ignoring part is the bad thing that you're doing, right? It doesn't always have to be you say something or do something. It can be just you not respecting me or paying attention or listening. That could also be bad because you're not making any effort to make things right. You're just shutting down the whole thing. So when you do that, then it turns even more toxic. Do you understand? So anyways, it is what it is. Sorry to everybody that I've hurt. And I hope that you find it in your hearts to forgive me as well. And if you do come back and talk to me, we can move forward and make things better. Right? I don't want to fight with anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody to hurt me. I want things to be good for everybody. Myself and everybody else included. That's what I want. That's what I want to do going forward. So if you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. See you guys in the next video. Take care.